All right, I'm going to get this next video started. I want to show you guys another way that I use to find niches. All right, and we're going to use this entire thing later. But for now, I kind of want to use this. I use this just to find out what's happening. A lot of the times you get to find out things that are coming. And when you can find out what's coming, it's just like a product launch. You can get in front of everyone else, which it will lead us to another thing. As a matter of fact, not fact. We're going to go to news there, just so we can come back to that. But I want to give you guys some ideas. And let me see here. I'm going to go to Google because my Firefox won't do that by itself, I don't think. Okay, let's think about something here. I just kind of want to get you thinking about what are some things that okay. This is why product launches were so awesome. And if you don't know what a product launch is, it's basically, let's go to ClickBank real quick so I can show you. All right, here we are at ClickBank again at the marketplace. Just want to show you something here. Going to the internet marketing business again. Okay, so let's take this one right here. The $3 million monster. This product was released sometime in the past. Before it was released, though, there was a product launch, which takes about 7 days, I think, and it's pretty much where you alert people that the product is coming out, what it'll be about. You maybe give away some free information, all that kind of stuff, and then you tell them what day it'll be coming out. And then when it comes out, there's a rush of people to go and buy the product. Now, most of the time, that's done through Google and through email lists. Okay, so usually during a product launch, you affiliates know about the product maybe 30 days in advance, sometimes even more. You can get content created and get it out onto the first page of Google and get it ranked before the product actually comes out, so that when the product comes out and everyone goes rushing to Google, they find you and they buy your product, or they find you and buy this product through you. Okay, and that's the way to make a couple $100 in a day to a couple $1,000 in a day. Doesn't work all the time. Okay. Uh, oh, let me mention one other thing. Let me just get this out there now. And I'm not saying this in defense to anyone, but let's just remember, guys, that I'm human and that I will contradict myself. Okay, you should know that. You should know that up front because I'm human, and because there is no absolute. There's no absolute answer in internet marketing. Okay, everything is consistent to situation. All right, and that's another thing that I want to tell you about the niches. So don't expect me to get everything right, and don't expect me to uh, always say things that are going to go in line, because what I'm saying is not Bible, it's not gospel. All right, so it doesn't have to not contradict. Every situation is going to be different. In some situations, it would be beneficial to do one thing, and then in another situation, it'll be beneficial to do another. There is no one rule, and I think that's where a lot of people fail, is they're looking for the one exact thing to do. When there isn't one, you have to do them all, and that's what I've realized as well. You have to do it all. You can build up in one thing. You can do product launches and make good money with it, but you need to be doing everything, okay, so that you can make all the money. Because doing one thing and just sticking with that one thing and wanting to see success with that one thing is going to cut you off. And a lot of times what happens is rules might change in one lane, but that doesn't mean that that lane is now dead. It just means that it's time to rethink how you do that lane, but that's why you should have been having multiple lanes in the first place. It's not about having one lane, that lane getting shut down, then finding another one lane, waiting for that one to get shut down, then finding another one lane. You see what I mean? It's about having it spread out. If I ever had to chase one lane, I would be broke and I wouldn't have anything to say to you guys right now because I'd be at work. Okay? I would be at work or just getting off. So multiple streams of income was one of the very first things that I put into place because I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to depend on anybody. It's one of the first things that I wanted to have before I started teaching, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to kiss anybody's behind when it came to teaching, that I didn't have to muffle myself or anything like that. So it's always been a principle that I had, and it's always worked. Multiple streams of income have kept me when other things have let me down. Okay, so remember that. But I just want to let you guys know I'm human. All right, so I will probably fail in multiple areas, but the point is my intentions will always be to help you guys make more money and to bring you up to a level that you want to be at. All right, so things change. That's just how it is. I'm sorry, but this world is always going to be molded and moving and pliable. So it'll never be one absolute answer. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, that's how product launches usually happen. You get there beforehand, start making money from that, and then but that's just one lane. But what I saw with that, the lesson that I took home from that was that, okay, 3 million monster. Let's just put that in there. Okay, Google Sniper, $3 million monster. Okay, so yeah, so that is how it's supposed to be. I want to see how many are in title. 10. I don't understand what's going on with that. Not my problem. If anybody wants to try that, maybe you should. Okay, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but this is what I will say. At one point in time, there weren't any pages out there about the $3 million monster. At one point in time, that means at one point in time there was zero competition for this niche. Zero. All right. Diablo 3 just came out. At one point in time, there was zero content online about Diablo 3 because there was no such thing. Okay? The iPhone 5 is about to come out. At one point in time, there was no content online. No competition for the iPhone 5. None. At one point in time. Let me show you something. Let me show you why that could be good. Free iPhone 5. FreeIPhone5.co. At one point in time, there was no content online for free iPhone 5. Every iPhone that comes out, people try to get it for free. Every iPhone that comes out, people try to get it for free. There are email submit offers, which basically means, let's see if this guy has one so you can see exactly what I mean when I say email submit offer. Get your free iPhone. This is probably it. Let's go to some PHP. This is probably a redirect. Watch this up here. No, this is actually not a redirect. So that's not going to work. Oh, this is a freebie site, which isn't a bad idea, but that's not the one that I want. This one right here is probably not a freebie site. Let's just see. 38,000 views. This was put up in May. May the 11th. At one point in time, there was no content for iPhone 5. None. At one point in time, there was no content for free iPhone 5. None. This person has 38,000 views, and they put their video up in May. If you would have had the foresight to see this coming, then you could have had this video up here as well. Understand what I'm saying to you? At one point in time, there was no content for iPhone 5. And the iPhone comes out every year. Okay, and I'll get into exactly what that means in a second. I just want to click this link down here to show you an email submit offer because I'm pretty sure there is one. See, it says redirect. This is the actual website, and this is the email submit. Yeah, Peerfly. Yep. And so you put in your email address there. Actually, enter your zip code and hit continue. And this is how you see what I mean? This is made specifically for this offer. I actually know for a fact by speaking to an affiliate manager that if you find traffic anywhere, they will make an offer for it. Any kind of traffic, they'll make an offer for it if it can be monetized in this sense. If somebody will put in their email address to get it for free, they can monetize that traffic. That means any kind of gift card, any kind of appliance, all that kind of stuff. They'll make one for it. They'll make one of these for the offer. Now, this is my point. There's an iPhone 6 that's going to come out next year, an iPhone 7 that'll come out after that, and an iPhone 8 that'll come out after that. You can't even get those domains on on GoDaddy because somebody understood that. Because somebody understood that you can't get you can't somebody understood that this niche will be forever new, meaning that the iPhone niche is old, but it'll forever be new. Man, let me try to say it a different way. Basically, as I said, there was no competition, there was no content online for the iPhone 5. You know when? That was probably around iPhone 3, iPhone 3GS, or iPhone 4. Then somebody came out with some content talking about the iPhone 5 and what to expect. Right now, let's just put this to the test. Free iPhone 6. The iPhone 6 may be completely cord free. They're already talking about it. Free iPhone 4S. 10 free productivity applications for iPhone 6 to 10. iPhone 6 feature concept. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody on this first page is trying to give away an iPhone for free. Why? Because there is no iPhone 6 yet. So why would they even be thinking like that? Because they're following the trends as opposed to having foresight, seeing it coming. We know for a fact that there's going to be a gang of, let's just go here real quick. We know for a fact there's going to be a gang of traffic for iPhone 6 because there was a gang of traffic for iPhone 5. Let's look at the statistics for this real quick, see if any pop up. iPhone 5 YouTube search 520, iPhone 5 release date 300, Google search iPhone 5G 285, iPhone 5 trailer from the mobile device where the majority of the traffic comes from, Twitter, iPhone 5, and you can still do email submits from your mobile phone, iPhone 5 272, and then more from Google. Now let's just go up here and type in iPhone 5 and see what comes up. Okay, iPhone 5 concept, 56 million. That was 11 months ago. iPhone 5 revealed. Who is this guy? 1 month, 1 million views. How many email submits could you have got for that? Seriously, I have to say this to myself, okay? Because I was chasing the herd too. I wasn't thinking future either until I started to get around people who did. So iPhone 5. Now let's look at this. This guy probably mostly has subscribers, and that's why he gets all his views, I'm assuming, because just the way his name is set up. Looks like he took some care into how he did this. So let's now it's August 23rd, 2011, 56 million. Alright, and we get to do some research here. Google search iPhone 5, 2.2 million. Let's see if we can find this Google search. Is that him? No, that's not him. This video's not even on the first page anymore. Ridiculous. Oops, that's right, we were here, weren't we? Ugh. Makes me sick to my stomach. Think that I missed out on all that traffic. It should make you sick too. iPhone 5 from YouTube, 7.5 million. And we just saw this video is still at spot 1, so it's getting more and more traffic every single day. Let's look at the comments and see how active this is. Too thin. It's a concept. Of course, it isn't real. It is real because I have one that cost $1 million. That was 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. This guy's getting, look at that, 48,000 comments. Ugh, sick to my stomach. And then these guys on the side, same thing, same thing. And let's see about free iPhone. Two months, 38,000, 7 hours ago. And it's at the spot one already. Is this an ad? 9 hours ago, 22 views. 1 month ago, 940. Let's see. If you want to transfer your iPhone, I didn't know you could even get away with that. That works too. I've seen it. Test a free iPhone. That's from Twitter, Facebook, free iPhone. Wonder what he has going here. He's going to show us. I have to sign in. It's my fake me, Breterian Phillips. Let's see. So it didn't show us, but okay. But as you can see, this video was put up when? Because the stats aren't up to date yet. It was put up June 7th, so about a month and some change ago. 943 views. How many email submits would you have got from that? But more importantly, when we go to iPhone 5 here, how many email submits would you have got from that? Or this? Well, that's CNET. That's different. Let's see. Let's get down to here to somebody that's just regular. This guy, John for Lakers, another 1 million. 2 months ago, 800,000. Oh my God. Liquid metal 4-inch iPhone. And that's another thing. Liquid metal, I found out about the liquid metal iPhone thing on Google News. Let's go back to here. Let's go to technology, because that's one of those things that's new that you want to pick out. Ooh, face blurring tool. That's pretty cool. That's something to blog about. AT&T's new shared data plans won't deliver ROI. Daily Coupa, Windows 8, Apple, Samsung, IBM earnings. People may want to know that. Jelly Bean, the most secure Android version ever. Android Jelly Bean. So that's going to be a new operating system coming out. Rumor has it, iPhone 5, Facebook user base drops in the US. Foursquare gives merchants new tool to talk to loyal customers. That right there, if you can learn that, you can make material about that. I guarantee you business owners are going to be going to Google to find out how to use that tool. If you can post yourself, position yourself as an expert on that tool, then you can get you some clients that way. Not even necessarily about using that tool. If you can just tell them how to use it, and then brand yourself as an expert while telling them that, and telling them, other things they may want to know, leading them to another article that will give them more information about what you do and why they need you. Many things. Former Microsoft WikiLeaks reopens. Credit card donation. Photos emerged of 2004 iPad prototype. That may be interesting. People might want to see that. And you can always do the iPad email submit for a free iPad. Samsung unveils NV900, whatever that is. Oh, a Wi-Fi camera with a flip screen. I'm pretty sure if that gets Samsung. Let's see something real quick. Let's look at this story, because this might actually be one of those products that I'm looking for, or trying to look for you guys. I won't be tackling any of this stuff, but you will. Samsung MV last year was a unique compact I still can't say it right. Compact camera. Right, when did this come out? That's what I want to know. Ooh, that's pretty tough though. Let's see. It may be out already. Let's see. Let's check some words. Let's see what stuff we have. Before we go any further, let me just wait a minute. Wait a second. So you see this is new. They just announced this. Cutting edge. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Canon MV. Now we want the Samsung. Was it a Samsung Canon? I don't know. We will see. NV900 flip screen camera, NV900 flip screen camera, NV900 digital camera. Just seeing the different ways people say it. This is just how I think. Remember, this is what I'm doing with you guys. Showing Samsung announces NV900 flip screen camera, NV900, Canon NV900, Canon NV900. I think these are older, so we want the Samsung NV900. Wi-Fi camera. It'll probably also be called Samsung Wi-Fi camera and stuff like that. So let's a Wi-Fi camera would flip up 87,000 and just as is right now. You know why? Samsung MV900 only seven results. The reason being is that it just came out. Remember I was telling you at one point in time there was no content for the iPhone 5. Well, that's how this is. This is their new thing. This is their new camera. And guess what? There are people who want to buy this because they are enthusiasts in that area. People who take photos love taking photos. They want the best cameras. They chase the toys just as well. So Samsung is just releasing this to letting everybody know this is just as juicy as if the Apple released some information about the iPhone 5. Everybody will be flocking, wanting to know about it. So there's going to be questions about this Samsung MV900. Can you find those questions? Can you assume what the questions will be? Can you find questions that they're already asking? What are the specs? What are the things they're talking about in the articles? Uh, Things like that. Let's see what they're talking about here. Samsung unveils this camera. If you're into self-portraits, Wi-Fi features, gesture controls, crazy in-camera tricks, you'll be hard-pressed to find a better fit than this. So, you got some images there, and pretty much what they have is probably all that's out and available right now on this content. But if you keep your eye or keep your ear posted, to the net, you'll be able to get more and more content as this unfolds even more, and you can position yourself in front of the sales that are coming, because this is just like a product launch. Let's see. What did I want to do? I doubt there'll be any traffic here at the moment. I forgot to put Samsung. None. Internationally, the traffic has begun. That's it. But none. You understand this? None. None, 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 none. As a matter of fact, let's see. Let's go to. Let's see if. Not yet. That's not taken yet. Let's see if anybody has that. Nope. Nobody has that. So we just found another product that nobody is obviously in the niche for yet to buy, but it's coming. It's coming. You can create a whole website around this whole concept and just give out more information and just have the thing for sale up in the corner somewhere, up in the box, just like how this is, the content in that box. WordPress comes with that feature where you can just put the little thing here so that you can see it there, so that people can see the image of it or whatever you want to do for sales in this box to tell them what to buy and stuff like that. Man, I mean, it's so freaking much. It's just so much. Like I literally can't go through all of it with you. I mean, you guys are seeing this. Let's go to Google Trends real quick. I want to show you something. I want to further reinforce this. Cutting edge, folks. We got to stay on the cutting edge. Do you see we just did this? I literally just did this in front of you, and we found a product that is just being released that has no content online. Do you understand that? It's crazy, ridiculous. Okay, users like Google Plus more than Facebook. Of course they do. Of course they do. Okay. They're going to like it more because Google came out later. They took a product that was awesome, found out what everybody was complaining about, and then made their social network without the complaints. I mean, that's just how you do success. You just copy it. That's pretty much all it is. One person said that there is no such thing as an original idea. No, that's not what I want. I want Google Insights, actually. No such thing as an original idea. All the ideas we think are original really came from previous ideas, just made better. Facebook, not original. Came from MySpace. As we just saw on that one website, MySpace, not original. Came from Friendster. Who knows where Friendster came from? You know what I mean? So Google Plus, not original, came from Facebook. So, but it's better because they allowed it to evolve as they sat back, gathered all their information and research, saw what people had to say, what they complained about, and then they made a product around it. And that's what you guys can do. That's what you're going to do. You can find out what people's problems are, what their issues are. Every issue has a solution. And when you find that solution, it's a product. Google Insights. Just want to show you something real quick. No. Let's see. I want that graph to come up. I think my software is blocking it. Let me see. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just too new. No. My software is blocking this. I don't understand. It's really upsetting. Let me see. That sucks. Because usually it shows you a graph. You guys can go in and see it yourself though. But usually it'll show you a graph and it'll show you when the traffic actually starts. So if you type in something like, just to do some research, just go and type in iPhone 5 and hit enter. Let's see, maybe it'll come up this time. That's gonna take me to the site. Okay. But as we go back, usually what will happen is there'll be a graph here, and you'll be able to see the spikes of where the traffic was, but you'll see it be nothing, and then you'll see when the traffic starts to spike up. So that'll show you exactly how the cycle goes. You'll see when the traffic for iPhone 4 dies, and you can see where the traffic for iPhone 5 starts just by typing in those two terms. You can actually see the contrast by adding another term here like this, so that they can contrast the two with blue and red, and you'll be able to see the two lines. And how can I see numbers? Let me see if it'll go there. You sign into a Google account, see the numbers on the graph. Oh, no, that's just to see the numbers, but they should still be showing me the graph though. But it would just be a little contrast with the two lines, but you'll be able to see how the traffic goes. So you'll see when there was literally nobody looking for the iPhone 5 online to where everybody was looking for the iPhone 5 online. And you'll be able to see where if you can position yourself in front of this curve, you'll be able to be there when everybody's looking for the iPhone 5 online in some capacity. Okay? So you want to be thinking like that. Future, future, future. Not everybody else is going to ClickBank, ClickBank, ClickBank. They're looking for AdSense, 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 and all these different type of things. When we can be going after products that literally did not exist a couple of days ago, or weren't, nobody knew about them a couple of days ago. We can do that. So let me see. I'm going to end this video here. As I said, I literally can't tell you every single thing. I mean, there's so much, as I'm sure you can see, because we've just literally done, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've done 2 hours, and this, all I've been giving you is perspective, 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 changing the way that you see things, perspective, perspective, perspective. You know what I mean? And it's been 2 hours of just perspective, and I still have things that I haven't even shared with you yet. So, I mean, just imagine what we're going to get into with the next training and all that kind of stuff, man. It's going to be ridiculous, just ridiculous, because nobody's really thinking like this. I mean, when was the last course you heard talk about the things that I'm talking about? If you know one, let me know, because me and that guy need to partner up, because I can use like people. So, and I mean that. I'm serious. As opposed to those guys that are teaching that rehash stuff and the basic stuff, man, and teaching people to go around and do the exact same things over and over and over again. Ugh. I just got a rush of adrenaline because I thought about, I'm getting ready to tell you guys what we're going to be doing with SEO next, and it's going to be good stuff, man. It's going to separate you from everyone else. So we will be getting into that, I believe, next because we did the keyword. Oh, let me just show you my competition analysis really, really quick. Okay, let's just take this keyword there. Oops. All right, this is how I do my competition research or my competition analysis. Well, this wouldn't be a good idea. Let's do free iPhone. Okay, free iPhone 5. We see that an exact match domain is ranking at spot 1. Don't know how long that will be, but it will work for a while. You just want to kind of scroll through here. See, we got videos up there, Twitter. Okay, buyback world. This is pretty good because that means that there's one exact match domain, which means that exact match domains work in this niche. This is a .co, which means that a .com or .org would also rank. Okay, so PR Web is um, a news website, which I would expect to be at the top because this is Google. They're all about the fresh content. This is another news site, another news site. I wouldn't expect to move these necessarily out of the way, but they will disappear over time because news eventually becomes old, right? So you have the YouTube video here, YouTube video there, which is good because that means that content generated by users can rank for this term. And Twitter, another social media platform. IBN Times, another news story, but it's old. Okay, so what this lets me know is that it doesn't really seem like everybody's trying or trying hard enough, or maybe the prior sites that were trying to rank were wiped out. So we got a bunch of YouTube videos here, not a lot of exact match domains, which is very odd because usually these guys do use exact match domains. So maybe there's just like some type of penalty occurring because usually I would see a lot of exact match domains. So maybe there's just a new way of doing things. So that would prompt me to looking into the other things that are ranking high, which is PR Web, which costs money, unfortunately. I believe. Uh, I don't know. There's a free version, but I'm not sure if you get this. So you have to look into that. And then we have Google News, which is you have to have a news site to rank, and then we have YouTube, which is pretty easy to rank for it. And especially if people aren't getting what they want at these sites, then they'll come down to the videos and try to figure out another way to get what they want. Okay, so this is how I do my competition analysis. In order for somebody to be a threat to me, they need to have the keyword in a title. They need to have it in their description. They need to have it in their URL and in their backlinks. Okay, so we can look here and just see if they have the keyword in their um, description, URL, and title tag. We'll look for backlinks in a second. So free iPhone 5, freeiphone5.co. So they have it on those two bases, and he also has it in his description, which is why he's at spot 1 because he's covering all bases. So you can see what I mean here. This guy has it in the title, not in the here, and not necessarily the entire thing in the body. You know, that's the news. Yes, no, no, yes, sorta, yes, no. You see what I mean? So I'm figuring out who's trying to do this on purpose. Oh, I didn't see that. That's a exact match domain right there too. Get an iPhone 5 free. Okay, so free iPhone, they have it there, and then they have it there, so they're trying to rank. So it's not really a lot of competition because not a lot of people are covering those three bases. So I don't even have to look into the next thing, but I will because I want to show you guys the formula in case you don't know it. Okay, oops. In title, in URL, and in Anchor. Okay, so as I said before, we want to see people who are covering these bases. If they have it in their title, in their URL, and in their anchor text, then they're really competition. If they're not doing that, it means that we have to do that in order to beat them. So they're not really competition if they're not doing these things. So as you can see, like this is what I mean. This guy is doing those things, so he's competition. Because if all things being equal, if I do the exact same thing on my website, me and him will be the only two really competing against each other. This guy isn't really competing against us because he can't put the keyword in his domain name. He doesn't have the whole thing in his title, and who knows what's going on with his backlinks. And the same thing with the rest of these guys. All right, so I want to see who my real competition is. So I'm gonna check that out. 11,000 people are doing this. Okay, Daily Motion, Daily Motion. I don't know why they picked this YouTube video. That's a back page, but none of these things were on page one, which is really what I'm concerned about. Out of 11,000 people, that's not a big number when it comes to using this equation. 5,000 and below is perfect. 5,000 and below is perfect, but 10,000 is not bad if you have a website that's been around for a little while. All right, so that's how I do competition analysis. But let's look at one more thing, just so that you can see. Let's look at something that's a little more difficult. What did we look at earlier? A niche that we found. Cure a lazy eye, right? Let's look at this in title. See how many people we got. This is how I get my first look. 225. That's not a lot at all. So in URL, colon, in anchor. Okay, and as I said, if you don't understand what the title tag is, or what the URL is, or what the anchor text is, any of that kind of stuff, you need to go to YouTube and figure that out. Okay, because as I told you before, covering those bases is kind of redundant, especially when the average Joe's Club is available for $1, and especially for those of you who should have, studied and practiced the things that were taught in it, because I did spend time, I did spend hours, putting that stuff together. You should have gone through it, learned it, practiced it, and figured it out. If you don't know what, a URL is, or anchor text, or the title tag, or any of that stuff, those are the SEO basics. That stuff comes a dime a dozen. So I'm not going to waste time going over that. You guys can go to YouTube or Google and figure out all those questions, okay? So let's just continue. Just in case you didn't know what those things was, I just wanted to say that. I don't want you to think I'm leaving you out, but I don't think you'd be paying your hard-earned money for such base things. Now, 426 results, that's not bad at all. I think this number might actually be higher than the number for end title, and this happens often, so, get used to it. I don't know what the explanation is. All I know is this number does not lie, okay? When that number says that it is that number, and it's a number that I know I can dominate, I dominate it. And that's the proof. I don't really worry too much about exacts with the number. The point is, when it says it's around that area, I usually dominate it, okay? So 426, I can dominate that. I've dominated that with a brand new website. Actually, I've dominated more than that with a brand new website for a client that had one article on it, 5 pages, which was a contact us, terms of service, privacy policy, and about us, and a home page. And on the home page was one article and a contact form. That was it. And that was the site that ended up ranking spot 3, then went on to spot 1 and getting them leads every day. Okay, and that's for a company that pays $20 per lead. I mean, not a company, but that they were a brick and mortar business, an offline business, but they paid $20 per lead. So it was a good investment. And I was able to find a keyword like this, analyze the competition, and give them a realistic viewpoint of when I'd be able to rank. Okay, so this is how I do my competition analysis, and then I go for it. If the number is over 5,000 and you're new to this, I would probably leave it alone, unless you don't mind waiting to rank. But typically, I think the real good sweet spot would be around 1,000 and less. But I've noticed that if you have a general blog that can, where you talk about many products or many topics on it, that can usually rank for 5,000 under very easily. And I'm talking about within a couple weeks. Anything over that, and then it starts to depend on how you do your SEO, how old your website is, and things like that. So that's kind of how I look into competition analysis. It's just that simple, and I really don't go any further. But I check my 3 bases, which I use this for, and then I find out how many people are actually doing that. Because if they're not doing that, if they're not doing these 3 things, they're not competing with me. They just happen to rank. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to end this video. Yeah, I'm going to end this video here, and what we pick up at is going to be, I'm going to be talking to you about the new understandings in SEO. Now, this isn't going to be like a step 1, step 2 type of thing, because SEO is basic. It's always the exact same. What I want to talk to you about is how you should go about looking at your SEO from now on and into the future. and future-proofing your SEO, your websites, and things like that, and just how to legitimize the way that you do everything when it comes to your websites. Okay, so it's a lot, man, and I'm going to try to get all that stuff down in the video today, because I want to make sure that you have that to go away with. Now, I don't necessarily, well, I can't say I don't want necessarily to make this about methods. I can't say that because we still need the ways to make money. But like I said, it's mostly about your perspective, because a lot of you already have the methods. You already have the understanding of how to get in the first page and how to set up a website and all that kind of stuff. And if you don't, average Joe's course, and all that kind of stuff. But um, you pretty much have that. I think what needs to be expanded is the perspective, so that you don't think like everybody else, so that you're more cutting edge with it. But we'll see. We'll get into it and just see how it goes. Because I myself am not sure, because I haven't really taught this yet. I've just been learning it and applying it, testing it, and doing my research. So we'll see how it goes. As I said, we're going to try to do this as real as possible. What I'd like to do next month, because I don't want to bombard everybody with this just yet. I want you to get more used to how the content is delivered, how you should be digesting it, and just a feel for how much it's going to be. As you can see, with just 4 videos in, we already covered more than 2 hours. So I don't want to have to bombard you with this, but next month what I want to do is buy a website, domain, and all that kind of stuff, where I can actually kind of go over some things with you, and where we can test some things, and where I can show you what I'm doing. You can always have a website to go and check out, that I don't mind you seeing what we're doing with it and all that kind of stuff. So and that website will later be used for all of us to profit off of. So it'll be pretty awesome. I do say so myself, and it'll be a really good thing for case studies and for you guys to see a real life example of some ways to go. But most of you really don't need that anymore, because you've advanced past that. But for those who would like to see something more hands-on, that will be coming. Okay, this first month, and this video is going to run kind of long, but this first month, I really didn't want to get into methods, except for the one that I told you was going to be about the offline marketing, so that you can start to make money to pay for the course. I thought that was very important. But it's not really about the schemes and the tactics anymore. It's more about being sustainable. And I honestly didn't know how good that would fly if it wasn't really about methods, because I know that's what a lot of people are about. They want the methods on how to make the money, because they're missing the point. But that's not really what I want to get into, as you can see. But if you can see what I'm saying, then all I'm showing you is money, in the boatloads, not chasing what everybody else is chasing so that you can get a piece of the pie. I'm talking about, having a personal pan pizza, so that you can have the entire thing to yourself. Okay, so if you can see that, then you can see the money. But if you're short-sighted, then you're just looking for a method so that you can get that quick money. And I have a method for you that I'm going to show you how to do for that, but I don't want you to be focused on it. All right, we got to leave that stuff alone and stop thinking like the 99%, think like the 1%. All right, so I'm going to end this here. We'll pick up with the next video on the new, not really the new rules of SEO, but the new rules of SEO. All right.